So this wall, let me stand back so you can see, is completely done now. I just need to do around the window. That's all done, that wall there. Loads of the little sticky bits that weren't shoving came off yesterday. I do still need to do the top bit, but I'm going to do that when I've got a step ladder and somebody supervise me because I'm accident prone. And if I have a disaster here, then that's going to set us back a while. I started to strip some of that, and I started to do some of this wall as well. And then I got bored and decided to come into here. So I ended up stripping more of this wall. Some of that's really stuck on. And then I decided to come over and start picking off things from this wall. So I've done all of that little bit around here, some of there. I'm going to do that bit in a bit. And then my husband came and decided to put up the floor. And as I said, that stain there looks like somebody, you know that famous picture of somebody who spontaneously combusted and just their like foot's there in the armchair? That's the kind of stain. That isn't what it is, but it would be slightly interesting in a morbid, weird way if it was. But I think it's just people, because this used to be an office, people coming in like their wet shoes and stuff over a period of time and just leaving it there. But these tiles come up really easily, which is a Brucey bonus. Do people still say that? That sounded really lame. I might cut that out. So I was a curious little kitten this morning and decided to do the same here, just to check. Obviously there's been a bit of wetness down there, but that is near the toilet. And I think there was a leak there because you can see some staining and it kind of dripped from up there. All of that's been fixed though, so that's no drama. And then I thought, I wonder what the floor's like in here, because it's different. And ta-da! We have wooden floors. Yes, they're in a bit of a state, but a sander and some varnish, and they will look lovely. Now, I am going to keep the wallpaper in here because it is intact, and what we're using this room for, that isn't going to be a bad thing. I'll get rid of the cobwebs. That painting's going, definitely. And yeah, I think I'm just going to paint in here. I want to get some radiator covers because I think radiators are the most ugly things going. And yeah, I'm going to work my magic with that floor. Mind you, if I use the sander, it's going to be like something out of a blimmin' cartoon. I'll be whizzing round and wrapped up in the wire, so I might get somebody else to do that who's a bit more not accident prone. We've got a little Northumberland picture down there, but the one behind it is going to go to the charity shop. I think it's free on the high street, so I'll maybe give one to each as a donation. That one's going to go as well. So yeah, it's been a bit of an exciting discovery. The more we learn about this building, the more we peel back, the more interesting it gets. And still, me being here on my own, I just feel like I'm being followed. The chills on the back of my body wherever I go. I definitely don't feel alone. And I don't know if anyone knows this on here, actually. I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but I am actually a medium. I've seen spirits ever since I was little and communicated with them. So I do know when there's a... And this is why when I've been really selective about items that we've collected, I trust my intuition. So I know when something's genuine and something isn't. Same goes for people, which is always quite handy. So yeah, I will update you as to how I get on the rest of the day. I realise that I've just been talking while you're staring at a door, and that's really boring. But if you see anything, please do let me know, because I'm obviously concentrating on something else and not switched on or tuned in. But this building is going to look very different by the time I've finished. And you're all along for the progress. So if you are enjoying, please do like, share and subscribe, and I will keep you updated. Okay, you have to excuse me, I'm out of puff. I am absolutely exhausted. Oh, you'll see why in a minute. So I decided to put up the floor here as well. Seems to be a theme of the day. And underneath here is actual floorboards. Underneath the plyboard there. I don't know if you can see. I don't really want to lift them up. So we found more floorboards. Woohoo! So that's good. This is where we're at now. I've literally just ripped up most of this floor and the floor in there. Please remember, people, that this is just me doing this. So all the floors all ripped up. Some of that wall fell off. Literally came crashing down. So that's gonna have to come off tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna have to talk to the landlord, because if you touch the wall, it is really wet. And there's obviously like a bit of a mould issue there. But he wasn't aware of this because he'd obviously not pulled the walls off, and he's only just bought the place anyway to lease out. So it's not his fault. He wasn't aware. I mean, you fixed the leak, but I don't think he's aware of the extent of what has been going on. So yeah, this is all up. And then in here, I showed you the floorboards earlier. This room's going to be really simple. We can actually get this room pretty much done straight away. So what we're doing is tomorrow, and probably the weekend, we'll be painting this room and sort of getting it ready. I've ordered the paint for the ceilings. I'll let you have to guess in the comments what colour it's going to be. Paint for the skirting boards. So that's all been done. And I had a little, there's a Victorian chest that I'd ordered. Well, I say ordered, I purchased on a online vendor. I've got a plan for that, but all will be revealed. So let me just take you down the stairs. Try not to sing because I can't sing. Try not to fall because I can't fall. So my husband dropped off a ladder, which I am not getting up unsupervised. But I had a little visitor. Now, the story behind this guy is, let me turn on me, sweaty, thank you. The story behind this guy is that I got him as a Secret Santa 2 years ago, because I said, oh, well, that's fine, you can't get a haunted doll for a £5. Well, little do I know, you can. And he was a Secret Santa to me. He's been with many investigators. All have had a bit of a nightmare with him. He was sent in the post and went missing. So I got a message today from Liam of New Dawn Paranormal to say, guess what's turned up in the post? With a lovely image of said doll. So let me introduce you to Roman. Now I'm going to come over here and sit down. I don't really like touching him. And you'll understand why when you see him. So, this is Roman. Now, we have a video of him at Sunderland Air Museum where someone was investigating him and he had steam or smoke come off his body. Now, if that's a doll, it shouldn't have any heat around it. But you can see, and I'll probably try and put this on YouTube, you can actually see the steam coming off him like a person if they were in the cold. So let me read you his history. So, whoop, I'm trying to like block out that number because it doesn't actually work. I don't want people ringing it. So, Roman is a spirit that has been very hard to communicate with. Roman doesn't like people at all. We held a séance with him, and the only thing he told us is that he was a prisoner and that he killed someone with a knife, and that he is happy that he got them right in the neck. Lovely. Cold temperature fluctuations have been felt around Roman, and banging noises have been heard on one occasion. I discovered Roman in an abandoned derelict building in London in 2017. Roman's origins before this is unknown. I would recommend a home with paranormal experience for Roman. I have also kept him separate from most of my other vessels, as I do not trust his intentions. More investigation is needed. So, this afternoon it's just been me and Roman hanging out, pulling up floorboards. I have told him that he needs to behave himself, and that if he behaves himself, then he'll have lots of visitors that he can come and look at him, and he can be famous and he can enjoy that side of things, which hopefully will make him very happy. I don't particularly feel that great around him, I will admit. But we thought he'd lost forever, and he's found his way back to us. So I wonder where he's been on these 6 weeks that he's been missing. But yeah, so that's where I am today. I'm gonna now call it a day. I did actually get something really cool for the museum, which is going to be delivered at the weekend, which I've been looking for. They're all really expensive, but this lady was getting rid of one, and she said that if I gave her 2 tea leaf readings, we'd do a deal, and so we've done a deal. So I'm really excited for that to come, because it will really set one of the rooms off nicely. So I'm going to put Roman in a safe place away from me and then call my husband to pick me up, because it's warm outside. I am already hot as anything, and I'm knackered from pulling up that floor. So, and I've got loads to do tomorrow as well. So wish me luck, and I will let you know what goes on tomorrow. Bye.